guys, this is Renee. I'm trying this whole voiceover thing on my videos. I'm only using the microphone that is on my laptop, so this may or may not work. We will see. But here goes. So here I'm talking about a card that I made on my blog for the Simon Says Stamp Challenge blog, and this is the technique I'm going to show you today with the colored vellum. I'm not going to be showing you this exact card because the die cut takes a while for me to stick down because it's got little teeny tiny cuts. So right here, I've already pre-cut the pieces. So this is a 5.5 by 4.25 card, and for this big piece, I use the Your Next Stamp rectangular stitch dies. So I use the biggest one and the third biggest one. And for that little piece there, I use the third biggest one and then move the die and cut it again. So then I have a piece that fits perfectly. So first I'm going to show you, and I'm just getting my craft mat out here so I don't stain that, the cut mat below it. So I'm going to show you how to color that vellum so that you get that nice rainbow effect. And here I have some fake shin hand markers, and there's also one Crafter's Companion Spectrum Noir in there. But these are really cheap markers you can get off eBay. I just found the pink one off to the side there. So I'm using yellow, green, a greenish blue, a purpley blue, a purple, and a pink. And you can get those off eBay really cheap. Just look up like shin hand markers and you'll see these right away. You'll know they're not real because they're so cheap. So basically all you want to do is you want to put the vellum so that the bottom is facing up. So the back is facing up. So you're going to color on the back of the vellum. So I just put some yellow down there. Now I'm putting down some green. And you can see there's a harsh line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back with the yellow and just blend it out. It might leave little tiny streaks. You'll see there's a slight green, like a darker green streak there. That's okay. It's just going to make it look a little bit more. See, I'm pointing it out now. It's going to make it look a bit more authentic. You could probably blend it out if you want. So here I'm just going in with that greenish blue. It's almost a teal color, but not quite, maybe a turquoise. And again, I'm just blending it out with the green. And then I think it does create a weird line, so I'm actually going back in with the blue. And here I'm taking up that, it's a more purpley blue. You'll see it's more of a red tone there than a green tone. And so I'm going to go back in and I'm going to blend with the other blue. And I think that one turned out okay, so I just move on to the purple. Yep, so there I am using the purple. I think this purple was a little lighter than I thought it was, but it's okay because what I'm going to do is blend over with the blue, and it makes a darker purple. So it's kind of a good way to increase the colors that you have as well. I'm using the chisel end tip for these, by the way. Here I accidentally picked up the pink instead of the purple. But I just go ahead and color it over with the purple. And then I'm going to, by the way, I do, and you can see there's some purple stain in my pink. I'll wipe that off after. So here I'm going to go back in. See, I was wiping it off. And I'm finishing with the pink. And that's my rainbow background. And here I'm just cleaning off the markers and putting them away. You'll want to wait until that's dry before, well, I guess I didn't. Yeah, I turned it back over. Wait until it's dry before you put it on anything because the markers will come off the back. So now I'm going to stamp the background using the Your Next Stamp stripes and stitches. You can see my head there, sorry. So I'm just going to, I used Versamark to kind of make the ink stick better. I didn't put enough on, so you'll see that this first stamp doesn't come out very well. But I'm going to ink it up with Memento. You can use any black ink. My go-to black ink is Memento. I don't have a whole lot of inks, actually. I'm working on that. And so I'm just stamping it at a diagonal. You can see it did not come out very nice there at all. But I'm not worrying about it because a lot of that's going to be covered up, and it kind of adds to the Rockstar element. You'll also see this one didn't quite make it to the bottom of the card. So all I'm going to do, there's still ink left, I'm just going to dab it on the bottom, and it works. So what I'm going to do is, you'll see this cuts off. I'm going to finish. I'm going to re-ink up all my lines. I'm just basically turning them over randomly and stamping them down so it creates a pattern, but not a set pattern. Like I turned the stamp over, I left bigger spaces. So, and you can see that that bold pattern shows up beautifully through the colored vellum. So you've got a rainbow vellum pattern. This is just me. I'm about to stamp my my image that I'm going to color. I'm not using the Shinhan markers to color. I'm using watercolor paper and Zig markers. So this is the Kenson XL watercolor paper, which works fantastically with the Zig Clean Color brush markers. So I'm stamping it down, and plus it's easy to stamp on relatively, I find, especially if you use the smooth side. This is the My Favorite Things ink, the hybrid ink. It doesn't stamp very well for me. I don't know if I have a dry one. It's practically brand new. This is only the 3rd time I've used it, but anyway, I'm going to fix that mouth after. So here, I'm coloring in with the pink. This is going to be my lightest color. However, I almost feel like I should have only used 2 colors for the body, because you'll see that the pink doesn't show up much toward the end, except on the eyes. I do like the way it turned out, but you'll see that it's completely overpowered with the purple. You'll also see how well these markers blend together on this paper. So I left the toes there pink, but I kind of wish I had left them green, which would match the hair. You'll see. So you see I'm using this middle color purple now, and the problem with that is that it actually kind of completely took over, and it didn't leave me a big gradient like I wanted. So I do blend out with the pink pen, and you can see it really does spread that color around. This image didn't take me very long to color. That's kind of what I like about these markers. It doesn't take a whole long time to color. So there I am doing the eyes, and I'm adding some shadows to the fingers, and a bit more for the legs. And then, yeah, I'm going back in with that middle tone purple marker, which again, I really didn't think I needed, but it's fine. Now, with the hair, I think I messed up a little, and I do, in the end, I dab it off with, oh, what is it called? Paper towel. So I ended up putting way too much, like the hair ended up being almost one color. So what I did, and all you need to do with these, yeah. So I dabbed it off with paper towel, and then I only went in with a little bit of darker green. And it came out a lot better. And so I'm also coloring the tongue green. But you'll see when I use the black pen that I kind of mess up the tongue, but it turns out okay in the end. And then I'm using the gray markers for the microphone. And there I'm just making some shading. Now, the purple monster doesn't look as dark in real life. This is I forget what these are called, but they're pretty much, they're calligraphy pens. And I got this off Amazon, I think, for like $2 or so. It ships directly from Japan. And you'll see that's where I kind of messed up the tongue, so I just made it a different tongue instead. That black marker is waterproof, by the way, and they're beautiful, beautifully black. So I fussy cut this out. I didn't do that on camera because I hate fussy cutting and it takes me forever. So here I'm using the Party Like a Rockstar. It's 2 different sentiments. I'm sticking them together. I'm going to test to make sure it's stamped. It stamps well. It does. And then I'm using Memento black ink. I'm just kind of lining the stamp up there, and I'm stamping it in Memento black ink. And then I'm going to add some dimension to my monster, and I'm just using this. You can get it at the dollar store. It's foam mounting tape, and I think it's $1, and it comes with a whole bunch of these little squares, which I just cut apart as I need them. So you'll see that I'm working on this for a little while. I think I cut a portion of this out. I can't quite remember. It took me forever because the hands. I needed to pop up the hands, which means I needed to cut out the little the little tiny pieces. So now all I'm going to do is build a card. So you'll see this craft tape here. This is blue tape from the Dollarama. It is acid free, and they're $1.25 Canadian. So check out your Dollarama, guys. So I'm adhering the vellum down. You cannot, you don't see the tape through the vellum. Don't worry about that. So I'm adhering the vellum down, and that's just flat. And I'm going to pop up this piece here. You'll see I grabbed some white fun foam there. I didn't have enough of it, so I just grabbed a big shitty yellow instead. I don't care if someone looks through the card and sees the yellow. Whatever. The yellow's on the card anyway, so it looks like it matches. And I'm just gluing it now to the base of the card. And it does take me just a few minutes to line this up. And I do it wrong, and then I pull it up. And that tape, it's nice because you get a bit of wiggle room, but then when you press it down, it becomes permanent. I thought about popping the Rockstar piece up as well, but I decided there was already enough dimension, so I just wanted to glue it down flat. And then you're going to see me haul out the Wink of Stella marker. I do like this guy. I do have a video showing you how you can make your own. And it's actually pretty easy. There's just a few things you need. So I'm just scribbling over here. I had to wipe it off so I didn't get purple in the hair. And that's pretty much it. I did add some sequins to the card later. They're not in the video, but it needed something.